International Business Class. I'd like to talk about the final import project. Maybe this will help you get some ideas. Make sure you bounce off any questions that you have of me. I'll show you where we have it here. It's all set up. It's going to be kind of the main project that we're doing. Basically a real import project that you're going to be doing. So maybe you see the screen here. Here is the main page that we have and the announcements showing the final import project. We're going to have this due pretty soon, but I want to go right to where the final import project in 3 parts is located. It'll show you let's go to this right here. You'll see what this is. Big project, 3 parts. The first one, the nice thing is that you've kind of already done a lot of it. In that discussion we just had, you threw out some ideas. I've given you some feedback. Pick one and go with it. Pretty easy. Where might you just the first part is basically some thoughts that you have about it. You don't have to go so deep into it. It's where is this possibly from? What is this? A little bit of description and what are some features? Is it big and bulky or something like that? Pretty easy. Write that up as a draft. And let me jump over to where that's going to go. You're going into the assignment tab. And the assignment tab is where you have International Trade Project, Import Your Product Part 1. You can see here that this is due October 11th, coming pretty soon. So that's Part 1. Drop in your notes, just write it up. Again, it's more of a draft, and I want to just collect ideas. And as we say with this project, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to bounce it off people. We've already done that some. We've already done that in our weekly discussion, and that was a discussion question that everybody threw out ideas. Go back and look at what other people are saying, maybe what I had suggested, some ideas, and just come up with it. So that's part 1. Part 2 is a little bit more of a report on what activity that you found on it. Now, there's a lot of different ways to get pricing. Let me look at sourcing tips down here. You've got the HKTDC, Alibaba, Global Sources. There's dozens more. You're looking for pricing on a variety of things. You don't just grab one price and go with it. You don't just grab the cheapest price that you can possibly find and go with that. So you're going to be kind of doing basic real price research. Sometimes factories will give you prices. Sometimes Alibaba will have a price sitting right there. So collect all that stuff. Keep yourself organized. Very important to keep yourself organized. One Chinese factory's name sounds like another. Or what country are you going to for these things? You got to keep that kind of organized. You're trying to gather pricing and terms and what we're going for is what a landed cost might be for this type of thing. So this is still, part 2 is still a draft, and you're putting together everything that you can find in some kind of cohesive format. But again, it's a draft and it's not the same thing, and that's due October 27th at midnight. So that's basically, you've got the month of October to look through all of this stuff. And again, here are some tips on sourcing, some of the things that you're looking for. Now, part 3, oh wait, by the way, let's go over to what that might look like in the assignment tab. Here is International Trade Project Part 2. So that's due October 27th. You're going to see what comes back and synthesize that and put that back. If it's a challenge, too bad. It's what real business is all about. This is how it works. And then part 3, we'll get to that, which is shown here in the final import project. Part 3, put it all together. Everything you found, prices, duty, customs, and fees. How about this? Think of it as, I'm the boss, and I want you to go find that doohickey. Go find it. You're being paid to do it. Bring me results. Tell me what is the deal. Are we doing this? You've got lots of tools in the book. You've got lots of time. You can bounce it off your boss. The manager says, okay, you're going to go find out what this thing is all about because our company needs it. We need to bring that in. So as a boss, I want to know when it comes here, how much, what are my terms? When am I paying? How am I paying? How am I doing all that? US dollars, the price, the cost, the import duty, and everything like that. It sounds challenging from the outset, but it's not. Put it all together, and this is less of a draft, but a more formal report. You put it to the boss December 8th. That's due at the end of the whole course, so you got lots of time to do part 3. Synthesize the information, make it in somewhat of a presentable format. Of course, you're going to probably throw in a picture. I'm sure you're going to come across photos of the item. As much detail as you can about the item that's pertinent and information for a boss. Let's say this boss, our company, has distribution all over the world. You're going to bring me a product with the details, where it's from, what it's all about. And we're going to say, okay, what are we selling this for, too? That's another part of it. You've got some marketing in part 2 and part 3. How is this actually going to be packaged and put together for the market? What does it look like? Do you have the proper labeling and packaging? Do you have to make package change? What is the packaging? All the kind of product information that you can possibly think of is going to be synthesized in part 3, and here it is, International Trade Project part 3. Again, other places to find it would be in content. And here we are. Let's go down the content tab where you have all the different weeks. We're past week 6, and what I did is I threw this import project details right in between this week and next week, or right now. So before week 7, you'll have looked at this, and again, the details are all there about where that is. Here's the main page right here with the announcement. This very video is going to be loaded right here when I'm done with it, and it's all about the final import project. So I just wanted to make sure that that's clear. And now that we've had 3 or 4, 5, 6 weeks now of collecting information from the textbook and getting a feel for what international trade is all about. Some really good sources in the textbook that you're using, so don't forget to use the textbook. But the internet is your source to find all the information that you can. This stuff is actually pretty easy. And again, if you have problems, come to me and ask me. If you get stuck about something, you may be talking with real Chinese suppliers. If you want to tell them that this is for a class project and that your professor is an importer who's doing research anyhow, that's perfectly fine. They're fine with that. So please ask questions. This is the import project, final import project, due coming up. Actually, it would be due at the end of week 7, whatever the 11th of October is, which is towards the end of it. So anyway, I hope this is helpful, and let's see how that goes. Okay.